Welcome to day 14 of My Wildlife Year's 30 Days Wild. Today I'm going to be talking about a couple of apps, and they're apps that you can use for IDing purposes. However, they don't beat a good book. They are good, but they have their weaknesses as well. Two I'm going to talk about, one called Seek from iNaturalist, and the other is Google Lens. They're both really good, but as I say, they do have their slight issues with them. First up, we'll have a look at the Seek app. You either take a photo with the app or choose a photo from your library. Quite often it will identify it to species level. Sometimes it's just genus, sometimes it's quite high level. I'll just say it's a moth. So that's it's not great in the, from that, but it can help you narrow it down. The main issue with it is don't believe it always. Here's a good example of where Seek threw up something completely geographically wrong. I caught a small angle shades and it identified it as American angle shades. Totally wrong, but I wasn't going to put that down in my species list. But just to be aware, Seek doesn't always get it right. So if Seek throws up something that makes me think that's not quite right, or is actually being a bit vague and it's not taking me down to species level, I'll go over to Google Lens, choose that, the little camera icon, choose one of my photos that I've been trying to ID, and see if it comes up. It normally gives you a handful of choices of what it could be. More often than not, it is right. However, even then it can be wrong. So don't believe anything. And if you get any doubts at all, either do some more Googling or get out a good book and have a look at that and see what it says. So anyway, they're good apps. I'm not denying, but Seek and Google Lens, they are a great way to start your ID, but don't believe everything you see on them. That's day 14 of My Wildlife Year's 30 Days Wild over and done with. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 15, which will be us halfway through My Wildlife Year's 30 Days Wild.